how to use the Janome Quilt binder set. In the quilt binder set, these are the pieces that come with it. You have your base plate, you have 3 screws, 2 of them have short and 1 is long, you have a new presser foot, and you have the binder. The instructions that come with the binder set are actually quite well written. They're inside the package, and it shows you how to prepare your strips, how to put the binder in the machine, but I'm going to show you now how to set it all up. So watch carefully. Put the presser foot that came with your machine, that's on your machine, and install the new, it's a shorter foot than what came with your machine to accommodate the quilt binder. Remove the slide plate that covers your bobbin. Make sure your bobbin is full because you won't be able to see when you're running out of bobbin thread while you're working. The cover plate fits right inside where the bobbin cover was, and you'll use the long screw to hold this plate to the throat of your machine. Then you'll take the binder, and it rides, there's 2 holes here, and once you install the screws, you're not going to do it too tight. You'll be able to move this from side to side depending on how your binding is stitching on your quilt. Okay, my fabric is all cut and ready to go. I've cut mine 1 7/8 inches wide. In the instructions it says 2 inches. You do need to experiment depending on the thickness of your fabric. You're cutting your end on a 45-degree angle and inserting it into the end of the quilt binder. And you're going to use an awl or a seam ripper just to help feed the fabric through. And then you're going to just thread your fabric around the ends of this guide so that it just ensures that your fabric will feed smoothly as it's going along. Pull out about 2 to 3 inches. Okay, so you're going to pinch the fabric coming out of the binder, and you'll see that it started to fold right here. What you want to do is you want to pull the fabric so that it's in between these 2 pieces of metal here, and you want to draw it underneath your foot, and as you pull it you'll see that ends are curling and it's forming your double fold bias tape. So you'll see that as I'm pulling that it's curling, and that's what you want to have, and you want to draw that underneath your foot. What you'll need to do now is adjust the placement of your binder in relation to your presser foot, because you want to make sure that the stitches stitch over top of the binder. Now I always do an experiment. I test a piece of fabric before I actually work on my large quilt. The stitch that I like to use is a curly stitch on the horizon. If you have that machine, it's stitch number 100, but a zigzag or a straight stitch works equally well. So you feed your fabric, just so you can see where that goes. So it's going right in between there. Lower your presser foot and start stitching. Now, as I said, you'll want to adjust your position of your binder depending on how the stitches are landing on your binding and how you want it to look. So now you can see what I've done is too close to my edge on this outside edge, so I need to adjust my binder so that my stitches are coming closer to this edge inside my. So to adjust the binder, I'm going to loosen the screws, and I'm going to slide it to my right and then tighten my screws again. You want your stitching to land, just so that it's coming off the fold or just almost at the fold of your binding. Or if you like it coming onto your quilt, you can do that as well if you're using any one of the decorative stitches built into your machine.